Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in, child, so we could talk. Child, Tamar and them have had me, whoo, honey, clutching my pearls, and I don't even have any on. But that's just how good this segment of the Braxtons were tonight. I see you coming on in. Come on in, honey, so we can do this review. What's up, Sid? Yeah, come on in. Hey, Erica. Hey, D. Y'all come on in, honey. I'm up to 16. As soon as I get 25, I'm going to start. Hey, Monica. Hey, yo, what's up? Baby, if I tell you, this episode tonight, honey, Deborah, look what this episode tonight done made me go get. Some wine, honey. Woo. Mm-hmm. But I just want to do a review because I was going to wait and do mine tomorrow. But, baby, they are hitting Twitter up tonight. And, hey, Carol, and they are hitting YouTube up hard with this episode. Hey, Trina, with this episode tonight. So I just want to do thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Chantel. Hey, Valerie Hinton. So being that they are really hitting Twitter up tonight, Tamar just got off of Twitter. That's still my third cousin. Even though she was just really being really extra tonight. Now, that is my opinion. And y'all can't change my opinion. Just like all these other people that did their reviews that I just watched. Their reviews are their reviews. So let me do my review and my recap, okay? So hey Patricia. So I did a little research, right? On this. Hey Belle, Latrice. Before I go into talking about this. And I'm actually watching it again. But now I do, hey Demetria, I do understand that Tamar is the baby, so that's why Tamar probably took it the hardest and all that kind of stuff. If y'all didn't watch it, y'all need to watch it. Tonight was the episode where they confronted their father's wife, the woman that their father married when he left their mother, right? So it wasn't like he left their mother and waited for a long period of time to remarry. He left their mother, and within 30 days, or in 30 days, as soon as you can marry somebody else, he married this other lady, right? So they always thought all this time that it was the woman that was keeping him away. They found out tonight it wasn't the woman that was keeping him away. It was him, because they was giving him ultimatums. Now, let's rewind and go back. Because I was really judging them when I was watching the episode, but after I was on Twitter and seeing some things that Tamar was tweeting out, and some things other people were tweeting out, I went and did some research, right? I went and Googled Miss Evelyn and Mr. Michael Braxton Sr. And he's living back in Baltimore, Maryland. He was, they grew up Methodist. The girls were their choir. I guess it was a small church they had. Just giving you guys a little background so y'all can kind of understand. So you know in the church, they teach you don't leave your husband unless it's infidelity, right? Or you don't divorce. That's biblical. So being that he was a preacher, and like he said in the show that they had fallen out of love. They were having so many issues, so many problems. But he was a preacher. And, from my understanding now, it was multiple women he was dating. It wasn't just Miss Wanda, the lady that he married, right? But he was cheating with her while he was married. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it is correct. Not only with Miss Wanda, he was cheating with several women. But as he forestated, and if you Google, they were having a lot of issues that their kids just didn't know about, because they didn't believe in bringing their issues in front of their children. They really had a lot of issues. Now, his son, Michael Jr., he said that he talks to his son every day. His son lives, I think, in Baltimore where he lives. But because the girls are grown and they're just now really finding out a whole lot about what, I guess, because, a lot of families have secrets. So I guess their parents just never discussed their business with them. Even when they were grown, they just never did. So these girls, the only thing they knew was that they had a dad that they loved very, very, very much. They didn't understand that it wasn't just him, it was the mom too. They just fell out of love. They weren't in love anymore, but they were just together because they had a family full of kids. They had a family with all these kids, right? These girls and plus Michael Jr. So they stayed together. When they split up, he said tonight on the thing, and he also says in the blog, he just didn't want to be alone. And you have some people, now I'm not in his corner, his defense or whatever, but I'm just saying you have some people, that's what I was talking about last night on my live. You have some people that go in different relationships or from relationship to relationship or be with different people because they just don't want to be alone. It's something internal. Hey, Fred. Hey, Aura, something internal makes, anytime you can't be alone and can't be by yourself and can't be happy by yourself. And you have a lot of men that's like that. That's why they go from woman to woman. Hey, Carmen. So, and he's almost 70 years old right now. So like he said, he went to Miss Wanda because he reached out to her when he was with Miss Evelyn. But he said he and Miss Evelyn they weren't in a good place. They weren't, they were just coexisting, I guess is what you could say. Hey, Ladera. They were just together because they, had these small girls or whatever. But he said they just weren't in love anymore. Now, the flip side to that, Miss Evelyn still felt that, I guess from watching the episodes, because she's not really saying too much on the blogs and on social media, but I guess she was the woman, you know how women feel that you can pray your husband through or that he still needs to be there. I heard the mom say that he cried in the attorney's office because he didn't want to be with her. Yeah. She said that. He said that they had fallen. I mean, he said tonight on the thing. He said they fallen out of love. They were just there because, they had a family. And that's what happens, guys, listen. This is what happened in a lot of marriages. This is why you see a lot of times when the kids get grown, the men be gone. They be like, man, I was just waiting for the kids to get grown so I can go. We been fell out of love. The love haven't been there a long time. A lot of cheating was going on, but the kids just didn't know about it. Wow, that was powerful to know it was their dad's fault instead of Miss Wanda. Yeah, it was. It wasn't Miss Wanda's fault. And so many times we blame who the man go and be with because we just haven't. And see, it's clear that Miss Evelyn, she still has some hurt. And seemed like she still probably wanted him to get himself together and come back because Miss Evelyn, I mean, it's been all these years and Miss Evelyn still hasn't gotten over it. Now, I'm not the one to say, okay, you need to get over and move on. I'm not going to say that because I don't know the depth of the hurt that she went through, Some women go through hurt and they never remarry. They never, ever. They may go on dates, but they never remarry. So in reading the story about this family, Tamar, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, Tamar has really been a drama queen, which she was. But Tamar is the baby. So with her being the baby, they really spoil her. They spoil her. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Jerome. They spoil her all the time. So that's not a role she played. That's like, for real, when she's on Twitter tweeting and stuff, even when the show is off season and on Instagram, she's very spoiled. I mean, she's spoiled. The girl can sing her butt off. I am still Team Tamar, okay? The girl can still sing her butt off, but she's very spoiled. Hey, Duhart. So when she took, like, the attitude she took tonight, I'm like, oh my God, I'm convinced Tamar needs to be on meds. She really needs to be on meds. She said herself she needs to be on meds, but she refused to because she'd be on the go all the time. But she said the meds would keep her calm and the meds would keep her more focused. So I don't know if she suffered with ADHD or something. We all suffer with something. Yeah, it's been there, but they do play a major part, telling the other partner to be with them or stay there. My ex did. Yeah, absolutely. But here's another thing. Hey, Keith, they were church people. And they still are. But, hey, Miss Thomas, they were church people. And being that they were church people, they were trying to, I guess, biblically do what the Bible says by staying there. Yes, PTSD and anxiety. Absolutely. I talked about that last night. These are the results that you get out of depression. They wrong for that, man. These are the results that you get when you're depressed and when you go through PTSD, when you go through anxiety, schizophrenia, all this kind of stuff. And we think people should do things the right way. If you don't know how to do it the right way, you're not going to do it the right way. What this man should have done, And I'm just saying what he should have done, he should have gotten some help. But see, we're talking about years ago. He should have gotten some help before he moved on so he can properly move on. Move on. So now these girls have had this wall build up and had this I'm not going to say hatred because it's not even a hatred because they don't even hate her. But they've had this thing against Miss Wanda because they thought it was her fault all this time. But Miss Evelyn, Logan is the one that told Miss Evelyn they're wrong for making Miss Wanda feel bad. Yeah, I agree, but I think they handled it the best way they could, and they did apologize to her. And since the show, I was looking on Twitter, I think everybody, because Tamar is still saying tonight, this is still hard for her. She couldn't hardly watch it. She was going back to be with her man. All this here kind of stuff. She was like, y'all, I'm sorry, I gotta go. So, I don't know, but I think Tony did a very, very, claps, hands off, hats off to her. I think she did a wonderful job at setting up the meeting so they can finally confront the dad because now they got the answers that they have been longing for all of these years, right? Hey, Miss Fanny. And I commend Trina. Trina could have said so much more, but she didn't. Shame and embarrassment plays a major role, especially us pastors and first ladies. Yeah, you're right. And I didn't know that their dad was a preacher. I didn't know he was a clerk. They say clergyman on the blog, but I didn't know he was a preacher. So their dad was a preacher, and for him to do something like this, it wasn't a good look on the church. Oh my God, I was so shocked. He was selfish, and they thought it was Miss Wanda. Yeah, I was surprised too. Tony did a great job. But Candy, I was surprised as well. I'm still surprised. I'm listening to him. I'm not watching it again right now as we speak. So I'm very surprised even at some of the things he's saying tonight. But if y'all really pay attention to him, really listen to him, he's saying, I can't go back in the past and change it. I can't. And this is the stuff that Ladera is on here saying. When people don't get the proper help that they need, this is the result. PTSD, whatever you call it, PTSD, depression, all this kind of stuff. Hey, Sawan, this is the result. When people off of TV, when this is not the first time when celebrities go through this stuff all the time. 9 times out of 10 when they leave somebody, they go to somebody else. They already have somebody in mind. But I commend these girls. You can tell I'm the youngest of 6 girls, and I know just how she feels. We live the exact same situation. Me too, this broke some strongholds. Yeah, this show that came on tonight is really going to help some families. Tamar, she was very emotional. Yeah, she was emotional. She was kind of drama queenish too in a way, but because she's on Twitter tonight still, like, I don't know. Tamar, I don't know. She said herself once before in one of these episodes that, hey, Ruby, that they want to put her on medication. So I don't know if she got ADHD or what. Something she have. But she says she can't take it because it would, all the way she travels and stuff. But she was saying that they wanted to give her something to keep her calm, when she was younger and she never got it. And she said even now, but I think Trina did a good job because her dad didn't come to her wedding. Now, Tamar is spoiled. Yeah, and Vince says that all the time. Tamika. Well, honey, Tamika, she puts on the front because this will cause suicidal thoughts. Yeah. And I don't think it's so much of a front. I think it's, the TV cameras are there. And Tamar is the one that's supposed to be the drama queen out of everything. In any reality show, everybody is given a role to play. Tamar is the diva. Tamar is the drama queen. Tamar brings the most action out of all the situations that happen on TV. So I'm thinking, I know she's hurt. Hey, Teresa, I know she is hurt, but I don't know if she just went overboard with it or what, But I think Tony did an amazing job at bringing all the sisters together. Honey, Miss Evelyn told him, I'm out. She was like, I'm out. After Logan told her, talking about Papa and me Wanda here. Papa and me Wanda here. And I'm looking at Miss Wanda now get up from the table and I'm watching it again. When she got up from the table and walked out, and y'all heard what Miss Wanda told him. She said, I never meant to hurt none of y'all. I love all of you all. And she looked at the dad and she said, I'll be okay. You stay here with your girls. You stay here. So you can tell Miss Wanda hasn't been the one keeping him away. He said, he was just the man when he said he didn't want to be alone. He didn't want to be by himself. That's why he went to, even now he don't want to be alone. You could tell, their dad is almost like a little boy talking out of a grown man's body. Meaning she's truly affected for the, yeah, absolutely. So